CV and you realize that, right, they were there for 3 months, they did this over here for 6 months, they were there for about 2 weeks, they went in and did a 1-day contract over there. Would you be saying to yourself that this is the kind of person that I want to be joined to? Those of us that tend to move around a lot, we're looking at it from our point of view, but we're not looking at it from the company's point of view.
Well, what about this guy? This guy that's been in the same labour work for 20 years and hasn't really progressed. For me, this was my opinion to the guy. I said to him, I said, at least have a conversation with him to find out what was the reason why he stayed in that job for 20 years. Not everyone wants to progress. And I think sometimes we find that hard to accept that some people just don't want to progress in their job. In the sense that some people are just happy where they're at.
I believe everybody wants to do better in life, even if it's just earning more money for your family. But the young people of today are quite different from the young people of 20 years ago. Especially in the sense that 20 years ago, this kind of technology that we have wasn't around. We have become a society of instant movement.
So is that guy in that job for 20 years, is that a good thing? Like,
some people, as you said, they're not very ambitious. I've met guys like that. But some people, they've gone through things.
That's exactly what...
I've gone through things where, you know, I haven't given my best and I've seen that it's held me back. So everyone has gone through something, not to be an excuse, but people go through things and it holds them back. And they realize, you know what, either I move ahead or I stay where I am. But what do you think about a guy that's in the same place for 20 years? Wait, hold on. Not the same company for 20 years. The same level for 20 years.
It depends on you as an individual. We find it weird that people are happy where they are. And sometimes, someone actually said this, it's not even about the money sometimes, it's about your happiness. And I think sometimes we forget our happiness because of the money. But another thing as well, we need to realize, the more responsibilities you have, the more mental pressure you start to deal with. A lot of people don't look at those stress or mental pressure, they just look at the money and then take it, then it starts to crumble.
But then again, now you kind of have to weigh up. Do you want the mental stress of not being able to fully provide? Or do you want the mental stress of being able to provide but being in high demand at work? You have to pick your poison now.
I don't want to say he's ignorant of that guy, but for me, at least have a conversation with the person to find out what was the reason why. And obviously, only that person will be able to give you his reasons. And two, I believe you learn more from unsuccessful people than successful people. The reason is because at least unsuccessful people, you can see how they're like. If they're not pushing themselves enough, you might be able to think, all right, I don't want to do that. But when someone is highly successful, sometimes they're not able to pinpoint where they actually gain that success. This is an opportunity for you to learn from that person. And I think the guy is missing an opportunity to learn, in the sense that whatever the guy's been through are the reason why he hasn't progressed. He might look at it and think, I don't want to follow the same pathway. I don't want to follow that same way. So for that reason, you have the opportunity to learn.
If this guy has been at his level for 20 years, you have to be careful how you approach an older guy to speak about such things. If you say I don't want to associate myself with him, fair enough. Also, you have to take into account, I know we don't like to talk about